Buddy is. I'm not going to touch this, but listen. Shut that door. Sorry, you'll hear it when you shut it. I fix it just by hitting it. It's going to be a simple fix for him, but listen.
Oh, okay. It makes it feel better.
It's very simple.
I thought it was the light.
No,
so it's just.
I think it's just not fully secured is all. I was going to just tell him because it was working. Just keep that in the old noggin.
Did you talk to him?
No, I don't know where he is. Probably not going to hear it because they pushed on it.
Yeah, we don't hear it now.
Let me get down here.
You're not hearing it that much. It's right there.
Is that
All I do is push it in and it stops for a couple days.
But it was rattling. Like,
Yeah, there's something vibrating
It's this panel.
and it's vroom.
Yeah, these things are such a pain in the butt trying to get them glued in.
Oh, I thought that was it. That was you.
Yeah, that's me.
I was like, damn, he got that to go loud.
There's a vibration on the whole wall.
Yes.
And what it is, that one needs to be glued in better again. That one does. There's
Oh,
two.
yeah.
I noticed those two when I was doing the outlets.
I didn't even see those
So
yet.
what I'll do when I go to glue those two,
Uh-huh.
because the bottom ones, I think I set and I was like, okay, this works. But then over time, those two popped out.
Uh-huh.
But all the other ones are good.
Yeah, they are.
So I'll glue those two and I'll glue this one.
Sweet.
No biggie. We'll get
Lovely.
we'll get it to where it's stuck in a little bit.
that was weird. He showed me. I thought it was the light at first.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I just wouldn't have told you if I thought that was. I would have kept kicking it for years.
Fingers crossed, guys. I closed up the gaps that they were concerned about. Worst case scenario, they're gonna say, hey, look, you need to fire caulk inside of it. So if that's the case, they'll just have to come back after I fire caulk.
Yeah.
They're so annoying with their fire safety BS.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about those guys just being the literal biggest pains in the asses out there.
Dude, they literally are.
Yeah. Like the kind of guys that flex power just because they have it.
You got it nailed. So, yeah, I'm just, you want this close?
Please.
When he gets here, am I good just to give you a knock and come
Yeah. If they're here when I'm here, dude, come in, walk around. I can turn a camera off so you guys are fine. No, you're chilling. You don't ever have to apologize. We are fine.
Fun paperwork.
So Amaran quit over the weekend. I just opened it, but the light's not working. Oh, it is. Oh,
This isn't plugged in.
okay. I just had to open it and wait. Oh, we're freaking there. Thank you, sir. Now you can minimize. There we go. Fun. Yes. Yes, I'm sitting today. Oh, yeah, that's the move. Just take the whole thing down. Oh, yeah, sweet. Thank you, sir. All right, bingo. Here we go. My favorite time, 11 o'clock on a Monday. Let's get John in here. Let's get everybody in. Welcome, welcome. Come on, Zoom. Don't let me down today. Oh, and how about we get a little light going? Oh, good morning, everybody. Great to see you all here with us today. If you're watching in the stream, let me know. Say hi. Great to see you all this morning. All right, and bingo, John is in here. Happy Monday, everybody. I was excited to wake up this morning. I was excited to come get to work. I hope you guys feel the exact same about the week. This is Momentum Monday. You know, momentum builds. We've talked about this quite a bit, but momentum builds. And we need to make sure to start momentum. So our Mondays are so important. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I hope you're excited to do big things, excited to scale our businesses, grow our businesses, whatever goals you have. So I heard this recently from one of the right people, and this world of entrepreneurialism is so large, right? To be an entrepreneur, or even to be a business owner, and there is a difference between being a business owner and an entrepreneur. Do we all know this? There's a big difference. Come on in, gang. To be a business owner, you're simply going to do the things. You're to be a business owner. Hey guys, feel free to walk around, do whatever you need. To be a business owner, you're going to use the old tactics and methods to solve the same problems that have been around forever. That's a business owner, right? You don't innovate. You don't come up with anything new. You use the same vehicles, tactics, and methods that have been used year over year to solve the problems of old, the problems that have been here forever, that we've been having since medieval times, since BC times. That's a business owner, and there is no shame in being a business owner. If you are right now like, I'm a business owner, the game is very simple. Get better at the core skills than your competition. Get better at acquiring customers. Get better at making sales. Get better at ascension, turning sales into more sales, moving them up the value ladder. That's it. If you're a business owner, we're all playing the same game. So just get better at playing the 3 different levels of the game. An entrepreneur is different. An entrepreneur comes up with new methods, new tactics, new frameworks, new ways to solve the same problems of old that we've been having since the beginning times. There's a massive difference between being a business owner and an entrepreneur. And it is really important that you know the difference between those two things so you can identify with where you're at right now, what you're focusing on right now, and go attack those. So having said that, whether you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, how we run our lives, how we schedule, how we get things done, that is in both sections. So I heard I was reminded from one of the right people last week on how to make sure you're doing things and staying on track and staying on top of it. And they like to have every single morning. Well, let me give you the full honesty. What they do is the night before, they write down a list. And on that list, they put 3 things that they want to accomplish the next day. So just to be clear, we are intentionally planning. The night before, we are not watching Netflix. We're not wasting our time. We're not watching documentaries. We're not doing any of that. The night before we go to bed, we're going to take 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes. We're going to sit down intentionally the day before, and we're going to plan our next day. Write down 3 things that you want to get done. And those are your 3 things that you focus on. I know you might have 30 things that you have to get done every single day, and that's part of your life and job. But write down 3 things aside from your daily tasks that you want to get done. Even if one of those things is a part of your daily task. These are 3, oh my God, not non-disclosures. You don't change. These are the 3 things that I'm doing.
Non-negotiable.
Thank you. Non-negotiable. Thank you, Jonathan. You need a job? I certainly need some help. That was crazy. I can't even talk. Non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. These are not changing. Throughout this day, I will do these things. And then this is where it gets difficult, right? Because how many times do we see when we try and do things, the universe throws something new at us? The universe tests us. How bad do you really want it? Gang, it happens every time. If it's happened to you, it's nothing you've done wrong. It's not your fault. This is the game. This is universal laws. This is how it happens. Think back to your life. Anytime you try to make a real big transition, a real big change, do something different than the norm, the universe, an outside force, something completely out of your control gets thrown in your way. This is the game. It's always going to happen. So another great thing that this right person shared with me years ago was plan out. If you're going to go do something, like something new, for instance, this was told to me when it came down to me having my first child. It's easy to think about all the beautiful times, and it's easy to think about all the wins and how much skipping through the daisies and sunshine that we're going to do. That's easy. But then plan out what's going to go wrong. Think about the worst case scenarios before they even happen. Think about the great and the good, yes, but plan for the worst. Understand the worst that can happen, because if the worst does happen, you're now prepared. The worst happens and you've already thought of it. You've already come up with a couple different ideas. You're already thinking that way. You're already ahead of the game. Whereas when we don't have that method and we don't prepare for anything bad and we don't have any information or any plans for that, well, what happens? We get really scared. Something goes wrong. We start freaking out. We start reeling. And then we have to go find the solutions for that thing while we're in the middle of that thing. And we never find those solutions. It's so hard to think clearly in those situations. So, having said all that, make sure that you have your 3 non-negotiables. Or maybe 3 is too hefty. Maybe you're like, Dante, man, it's day 1 of my challenge. I don't have 3. That's cool. We can always find one. We can always find one thing that we must get done. One thing that's going to help us get closer to our goals. And having said that, the whole point of why I started this little preamble here, we must have goals. As we start our week, momentum builds. but momentum builds towards a direction, towards a destination. Momentum can build unguided, but unguided momentum fizzles and fades constantly. So if you have not already, it is so important to have weekly goals. We should have daily objectives. That's the 3 things that we're going to fill out. Oh, sorry. I'm really excited this morning. I have so much cool stuff happening at ClickFunnels, and I can't wait to share it with you later this week. The 3 non-negotiables. Put down the 3 things that you would like to do. And then I want you to put little sub-bullets in there. For task number 1, what things do you already know? Like maybe a sales process, maybe a technical process, right? For this bullet, what things do you already know how to do? And then on the other side, put the things you don't know how to do, very similar to a pros and cons list. So now we literally have a roadmap. I come into work on Monday. I do the menial tasks that I have to do to make sure the business stays flowing, and we all have spare time. We always have that spare time. It's just how we use it. Now, when you hit those spare time, when you hit those hour-long pockets, now you have objectives. Now you have goals to go work on. You know the things that you already know about it, and you know the things that you need to go learn or research or test or implement or find out. And then you go do those things. And now, next thing you know, gang, we're living on a list. We're living on that sheet. We only live by the things that are going to get us closer to our goals, and we made our goals for this week. We know the things that we are trying to accomplish in this week. To not have a plan is to have a plan to fail. So we have to have our plan. What are we going to accomplish this week? Make first your weekly goal if you have not already. Make your weekly goal. And then each day this week, I want you to take time and plan out the top 3 things you need to do the next day. Let's go do that for 5 days. And at the end of this week, I'd like you guys to report back. Tell me how productive you were. Tell me how much closer you got to your goals than we had previously. This is the game. Whether you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, staying on task is vitally important. You own your time. You own your time. Like, how many of us here fired our boss? We're a CEO. Who's a CEO here? I know John is, right? Jonathan is. Yeah, if you guys are chilling in the stream, are you a CEO? Do you look at yourself that way? Even if you work for somebody else from 9 to 5, you can still be a CEO. You control your time afterwards. You give somebody else your best 40. That's your 9 to 5. And we know that. Oh, I wish I wasn't giving somebody my best 40. Then quit. Oh, I can't. I have bills. Okay, then here's our scenario. We can't quit. That means from 9 to 5, you give somebody else your best 40. But you have tons of time between them. What about 6 to 8? Oh, Dante, I have to drive. My office is in a city, and it's an hour-and-a-half commute. Okay, have we taken a lesson and a training every single day? In that commute of an hour-and-a-half, are we running net time? Net time is a Tony Robbins principle where we're doing multiple things at once. It's like taking a shower and brushing your teeth at the same time so we can save our time and do more. What are we doing? And do we view ourselves as a CEO? I hope you do. For me, that was a journey. For me, that took time. But we have to take steps towards doing that. Otherwise, we just sit in the same place. And I guarantee and promise you, 365 days from today, you're going to go, whoops. You're going to do a full spin around the sun. And we're going to be exactly back where we were before. And I don't want that for you. And I know you don't want that for you. So let's do the thing. Let's have a goal. One big thing we would like to accomplish today. Maybe that goal is to build my funnel. Maybe that goal is to write all of my copy. Maybe your goal for this week is to create your own custom images. Because Dante, this is the first time I'm stepping into this world and I've never created my own custom images. And as I write out my 3 things that I want to do, and as I write out my I know how to do it and I don't know how to do it. I know how to do it is about this big. I don't know how to do it is about this big. Okay, great. Then we have things to go learn. Let's go do that. Let's go do that. And let's go learn those things. Even if it takes a couple of days, you get close to your goals. You do the thing. Don't forget too, the universe is going to try and throw some things at you. So prepare for those. Prepare for those. You will. We've all been through this. You will have the best intentions. You probably will wake up tomorrow morning at 5:30 to make sure that you get ahead of the day, to make sure that you start your day before your competition. So by the time your competition even wakes up, you've already launched a funnel. You've already made a sales call. You've already done this thing. Small things, just trying, just working, right, is what gives you a level up on your competition. You might have the best intentions in the world. You wake up at 5:30 in the morning. You get ready to start doing the thing. But as you go to turn on your shower, wouldn't wouldn't you know it, the pipe burst. Goodness gracious, I've taken a shower 72,000 times in this shower before, and never any issues have happened. And now the one day that I want to go do the thing, my pipe burst. Most people let that defeat them. That's the difference. Most people will give themselves an out and an excuse. They'll say, I can't believe it. What luck for me to have. Would you imagine they call can you believe this just happened? They call their mentor, can you believe this just happened to me? Man, I don't even, this day is scrapped. No, perspective is paramount. How we deal with these things is everything. You want to know how Russell would do it? You want to know how Todd would do it? You want to know what Todd would do? I'm super blessed. I get to work next to Todd Dickerson every single day. It's unbelievable. You want to know what Todd would do? He would call somebody to go fix that pipe. And then he would go and do his day, knowing he was wrecked from the start. He would get that pipe fixed. He would go do his normal day. And then, sure, that night he wanted to come home and have a bowl of ice cream and watch Netflix with his wife and hang out with his kids. Sure, yeah, but he's not going to, because he has goals that he's set forth. And even though the universe tried to get in his way that morning and didn't get his morning as productive as he wanted it to be so he could have that free afternoon with his family, sure, he moves with it. He's going to work that night. He's going to make sure he knocks out his goals. Maybe he carves out an hour so he can go still spend time with his kids and tuck him in and be the great dad that he wants to be. But then after that, he's going to go back and finish those goals. He's going to do those things, regardless of what the universe throws at him every single day. As you level up, it's not like the universe stops throwing things at you. As you level up, the universe is just going to throw bigger objects way harder and way faster. So we need to learn to deal with these things. It's our entrepreneurial skill set. And I just wanted to share that. I meant to go a lot quicker, but it's important that we know these things. And most of all, I think it's important that you know you're not alone. I think most of all, it's really important that we know that the things that you are going through right now, the things that we are going through, are things that everybody else in the world has gone through. Everybody. What separates the winners from the losers? What separates the ones who did it from the ones who didn't? Honestly, it's just pure dedication. It's pure dedication and sticking to our guns and making sure that no matter what is thrown at us, we do not topple and fall. We stick true to what we said we were going to do. Gosh, gang, you do that for a year. Like Tony Robbins loves to say, people love to overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 10. Man, if you just go do that for a year, what can you do? And I hope that to be a dangerous question to you all as well. I was asked a similar question back in the day in my journey, and it was a very dangerous question. It started putting my mind down avenues it had not yet gone before. It started having me question strongholds that I'd been holding on to about myself that were not true. I started questioning lies that I told myself for years and years and years and years. Ooh, it was dangerous. I hope it to be dangerous to you as well. All right. With that all being said, let's hop in. Let's do big things. John, I saw your hand go up first. Feel free to unmute. Let's have a conversation. Tatiana and Jonathan, if you guys also have questions, please just raise your hand. Beautiful. Jonathan is perfect. Tatiana, you as well. If you have a question, please do just raise your hand and we'll get to it. John, good morning, brother. Looking good,
Dante,
man.
Good morning. I don't have a question, but I wanted to give you an idea of what keeps me motivated to do this every day.
I'd love that.
Just to give you a sample, I'm a real estate guy. I have a real estate license in Florida. I had an appointment, and this is happening on a daily basis, and that's why I'm motivated to be here and keep doing what I'm doing. I had an appointment to go and show a property at 9 a.m. It was a rental. Somebody wants to rent a place for $2,000 a month. So I had to drive 30 minutes to get there, 9:30. So I left my house at 8:30. I showed the property at 9:30, all the way to 9:30, and I came back around 10:30. So I wasted 2 hours of my time. And of course, you gotta show a property like 3 or 4 or 5 times for somebody puts an offer.
Yep.
So I waste 2 hours of my time for something that is not even mine. I'm not even the broker. I'm gonna make some money out of when I rent this place. Maybe I'll make $1,000, and that's it. And then in the next 2 weeks, I will eat the $1,000. So what I'm doing, even if I'm doing a lead magnet, I'm doing a small course, or I'm doing a large training or something, I'm doing something that is mine. And once it's done, it's gonna be mine for the rest of my life. And most likely I'll give it to somebody else so they can keep making money. You know, I have trainings that I made 5 years ago when I joined OFA. I joined OFA 5 years ago. And I make class trainings of $1,000. I'm still selling these trainings. I mean, somebody will buy it out of the blue for $1,000, something that I made 5 years ago. So what keeps me motivated is that whatever I do on a daily basis, I'm doing something for me.
Mm.
And that's the most important thing. It's mine. Nobody can take it away from me, ever. I can even resell it whenever I leave this planet. So just wanted to give you that idea. That's what keeps me motivated.
I love that, John. I love that. If you're going to trade time for money, at least trade it for your own empire to build and grow and scale. I love that, man.
Yeah, and I was listening to also last night when I went to sleep. I was listening to a podcast of the founder of LinkedIn.
Yep.
And you know, they told the founder when he started LinkedIn, he had like seven companies that he's making millions of dollars. When he started LinkedIn, people say, "Are you crazy? Nobody's gonna put that resume in LinkedIn because if the boss find out, they're gonna fire him. Nobody's gonna join LinkedIn. You think if I have a job, I mean, let me tell you, 10 years ago, you have a job right now. Would you put a resume in LinkedIn? No, of course, because maybe you're afraid they're gonna fire you. And it's true. If I have a great job and my boss see me putting my resume looking for something else, they're gonna fire me. But look what is LinkedIn right now. Look what is Uber. When Uber starts, I say, these people are crazy. You think I'm gonna leave my wife, my daughter, myself, jump into a 2 in the morning with somebody else in a car? That's crazy. These people are nuts. Look at what's Uber. Look at Amazon. When Amazon starts selling books online, I say, who the hell is gonna buy? If I want to buy a book, I need to go to Barnes and Noble, sit down with the book, drink some coffee. If I like it, I'm gonna buy it. That's where I used to go. I used to go to Barnes and Noble and buy books. I'm not gonna buy a book online. Look at what's Amazon. So everything is about entrepreneurship, what you just say, and doing something different like anybody else. When you do something like anybody else, that's when you're going to upscale. And the guy on LinkedIn, they told him, give us a secret. The number one thing that you need to be able to be successful when you start a business. Guess what he says? The number one thing that you need to focus and focus and focus once you start a business. Guess what it is?
Tell me about it, John.
Lead generation. You gotta generate leads. You gotta have a lead magnet and start generating leads even before you're planning to do something. That's the key. That's why he says, if you don't have a lead generation at the get-go, you're gonna have a problem. So I just wanted to leave that with you guys.
No, you're right on the money, John. Let's talk about this a little bit more as well. Look at all of the companies that you just listed. LinkedIn, Amazon, Uber. All of them were entrepreneurial in the sense that they all solved problems. None of those businesses are businesses created just because the founder thought it was a cool idea. LinkedIn was created because serious business professionals did not have a space online that they could connect. Facebook wasn't built for it, and business owners want to talk with other business owners about business topics. So he made a social media specific to business owners, a dream customer. He found the problems they were having and created the solution. Uber found a problem people were having. Unless you lived in a major city, taxi services were not available to you, and rideshare was impossible. And it's hard to think back to the time before Uber, but the time before Uber, man, it was calling up all of our friends and their 16-year-olds that were having permits, and it was saying, hey, does your kid want to drive us around tonight, right? It was problem-based. They found a problem people were having. Amazon, a little bit different in the sense of the problem they were solving was convenience. Because for somebody to get a book like you were saying, they usually went online, did a bunch of research, found the different books, then went to the store to look at those. Well, if they're already online looking for books, why don't we just sell them the book when they're already online looking for the books? Right? So Amazon was kind of more of an entrepreneurial play more than a problem play. But you are 100% right on that. And it's not just lead magnets too. Take it to the next level.
Listen to this. This is another crazy idea. This is the most crazy company that when somebody will tell me that a couple years ago, I said, you're nuts. Who's going to be living in a house with a whole bunch of strangers in different rooms? Who the heck is, who's going to be living in the house with a whole bunch of weirdos? Airbnb. Look at what's Airbnb right now. Can you imagine? Who's going to rent a house with a whole bunch of weirdos from here to California, wherever I don't live in California? Look at what Italy. I'm here in Florida. If I have a house in Italy, I can put Airbnb and make money. That's crazy. Look at what Airbnb. Amazing.
Yep. And what's the problem? The problem was that many people had second homes, but they had no way to monetize these second homes. They had no way for the asset or investment to pay for itself. It just sat and became cost to their financial LLC, if you'll call it that. And they provided the solution to the problem.
Cheap as a hotel too.
Yep.
Cheaper than a hotel.
100%. Yep. So you're so right in everything you've said and that you're hearing, John. Let's take it a step farther, though, when it comes to lead magnets, just like Russell himself. Russell, for the past 10 years, has been screaming from any pulpit that will have him of it's not just enough to have a lead magnet, you have to have a great lead magnet. Because that lead magnet sets the customer experience. It is exactly like our parents told us, the old cliche, you can only make a first impression once. So gang, don't just make a lead magnet. Make an amazing lead magnet that over-delivers on the front end. That truly helps customers solve a problem that they're currently having in their life. Solve a problem to them completely for free, and that sets the tone. That sets how they will receive and view you for the rest of their life with you. Make amazing lead magnets. If we can make amazing lead magnets upon the backs of these leads, we can build an absolute empire. You're right on the money, John.
Yes. That's what keeps me motivated, doing something that is mine and nobody can get away from me ever. So that's my motivation here.
I love that. We're going to have Motivation Monday next week, and I want to hear everybody's motivation, everybody's whys. Thank you for sharing that, John.
Okay.
All right, let's hop over to Jonathan. Hey, man, how are we? Oh, no, I'm not hearing you. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Gotcha.
To add to John, Airbnb, the name, they had an air mattress. They were too poor to afford their rent. It was two guys in San Francisco. And so they took their air mattress and they rented it out. Air, B, bed, and then they gave the guy a bagel in the morning. Airbnb, rest is history. Anyway, I just wanted to add that little bit, but I do actually have a question.
Sure.
So I was doing a functions check because I'm 98% ready to go.
Nice.
When I did the functions check, so when I went to the opt-in page, put in an email, in order to get the e-guide that comes along with it and the words in the response of the email that we put in, it sends it in two different emails. Is there a way to consolidate that into one email?
Yes, there is. Can you share your screen?
Sure, absolutely. Give me a second here. There, bop, 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 boom, bap.
Bingo. Gotcha.
So up here.
Let's actually exit the editor, please. Great. Okay, great. So here's our opt-in page. To the right of, let's go back to your funnel. You're okay.
Bam. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just doing my own functions check as we go through here. I'm looking at your top URL. I just want to see what that looks like. Can you go to your main funnel settings, top right, Jonathan?
Sure. Do me a favor, grab that power cord for me. I'm gonna die.
Cool. Oh, nice. Look at you. Cool. You're perfect. You're great. And you got your pixel code. Nice. You have clarity in that head tracking code as well?
Yep.
My man. Perfect, Jonathan. Okay, great. Let's rock it. Close this down for me.
Okay.
Now, to the right of your opt-in page, I can see your green envelopes. That's showing me that this opt-in page is connected to a workflow, a back-end automation sequence. Let's click on that and go check it out, because that's where the double email is going to come from. Beautiful. Our lead magnet welcome is our active, so let's hop into that one. Just click on it. Cool. So we add the tag. We send the email. Lovely. Scroll me down. Then we send the asset. This is why you're having a double email, Jonathan. You're sending your own email, and inside of your email is the link to the asset in that email.
I couldn't find. Am I supposed to add that? I was
Great.
trying to add it as an attachment.
Yes, you're probably so close to perfect. Let's go into that first email.
This one here?
Correct.
The one that says send email.
Edit email. Okay, cool. Scroll me down. I just saw some blue text. So first off, okay, yeah, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
It's not actually
Okay, for even more shortcuts like this, check this out. Marketing Plan Simplified Bundled and One Funnel Away Challenge, which would then push them to the OFA affiliate link where they can buy through you, correct? And then that would,
Correct.
you'd send an email with extra bonuses and bundles?
Wait a minute.
that is not a link.
So why is it blue like that?
I didn't know where I was going to put it. I was thinking I was going to put it there, but that's not a link. We don't have a link for them. I don't want to. I want to send it to their inbox, not have them click.
No, you're not. No. What he said was this hyper blue link where it says Marketing Plan Simplified Bundle and the One Funnel Away Challenge would be the affiliate link that would take them to ClickFunnels.
See, I'm thinking it would be the affiliate link that takes them to the One Funnel Away Challenge, because that's what you put as the words. I'm a customer. I just
Correct.
do what I'm
Well-
told, right? So,
Right, and I'm still working on this email.
yeah, that,
We're
okay,
not
no,
talking about-
that's,
we're trying to attach the thing to it. So let Dante
well,
do his.
we can attach. No, this is no worries. I understand what you did. You just had a placeholder. Yeah, you just have placeholder text in here so that you know what you're doing and stay organized. You're perfectly fine. One thing I am curious about, the words that we say are important because customers will take those words. Now, as we look at value ladders, they just opted in for a free thing. So the first thing that we must do is fulfill on that free thing. We can definitely have at the bottom of this email, we can absolutely promote the One Funnel Away Challenge. And we can absolutely promote them getting an extra bundle pack when they get it through us. So there's nothing wrong with that text. The real problem comes at the top of the email. Let's go to the top there, Jonathan. We must always first fulfill on what we've promised. If we say, hey, opt in here, give me your name and email, and I'll send you this awesome thing for free, and they give us their name and email, and then we come in here, and the first email is not delivering what we promised, but instead talking about the next thing, well, customers are going to get confused. They're going to say, wait, where's the thing that I immediately wanted right now? And a confused mind always says no. So the whole first part of this email needs to deliver and fulfill on what you've already promised. And to do all this, all we need to do, gang, is get the link to our asset. Very simple. Jonathan, I want you to open up a new browser tab for me. Beautiful. And just type in My ClickFunnels. It should take you right there. .com. Funnels.com. Lovely. This is just going to have another window for you. It's very common to use two ClickFunnels windows for this exact reason. Your original one, we're going to keep where it is in your email. We need to get the link to your actual asset itself. So let's go to your workspace settings, bottom left. Lovely. Now we'll go to assets. My assets is how it's labeled towards the bottom right there. Bingo. Now let's go to your downloads tab. Lovely. And which one is it going to be?
The guide, Marketing Plan Simplified Guide.
Bingo. Settings to the right-hand side of that, please. Now, here we go. You can see a little trash can on the right-hand side. Yeah, and to the right of that is our copy button. So ClickFunnels now operates exactly like Google Drive or any other software out there. You upload your file to ClickFunnels, and that copy gives it the URL that can be shared over the internet. So click that to copy the URL, Jonathan, and then back to your other tab to our email. Bingo. Now, we should make our image clickable because a lot of people are going to click that. Yeah, let's click our image. Now, on the right-hand side, we have our URL. My annotation tool is gone, but go to the, yeah, look at you. There it is. And now under that, we have our action, actually. Just below that, the next section says action, an image link. Meaning when they click this image, where will they be taken? Paste yours in. Open web page is perfectly fine. Just paste your link.
We want them to go to the link, we just want to send it to their inbox.
Right. And okay, so from the training, it does say in there that it's best practices to email them the digital whatever. This way it helps your open rate, and you actually know that you got their email, right? So is that still doing that?
That's exactly what it's doing, Jonathan. It's exactly what we're just doing it manually. So your other step in the email sequence, the send asset step, that does just send an asset. But typically, we would use that email after the first experience. This is your first experience. This is how we set the tone. This is how we roll out the red carpet. And this experience is how customers are going to get used to seeing and hearing from us. So we want to have an amazing first email here that thanks them for doing the thing, affirms and confirms the decision that they made, right? We want to set tone. We want to set culture here. So what we did was we went to your assets. We got the URL link of that asset itself. And then we made that image clickable because people are guaranteedly going to click on that image. When they click on that image, it's going to download right to their browser exactly as you're expecting it to.
So could I hit, or could I put like maybe a little on the top or the bottom of the picture, download or something like that?
Yes, sir. Now, so we're going to have some tweaks to this email. You guys are rocking. Okay. You're going to say, thanks for requesting access to marketing plan. They didn't request access. They locked in access. So congratulations on claiming your marketing plan simplified. It's in your inbox. No, it's right here below. Thanks for claiming, or congratulations for claiming access to your marketing plan simplified. Click the image below to download. That's it. They'll click that image, and then right below the image, you should put or click here to download. That way, whether they click the image or they click the link itself, because you can hyperlink text just like you did before, now the whole top of my email affirming and confirming what they did, giving access to the thing that I promised them. Then you go into the e-guide is loaded with great info, but don't miss these 3 big hacks. Love that. Making sure like, hey, inside you're going to learn this and this and this, just hitting them when they're hot. That all this is absolutely perfect once you make that small tweak. Are you guys following me so far?
Got it.
Yep. Hold on one second.
Premium.
And then
so you'll just make some copy text, and yes, look, you have a button. You could add a button. Now, one thing, if you look, you have one giant row here. So to add a button would probably be, you would just have to make new rows and add your text to different places. You don't even really need to. John, this is ClickFunnels 2.0. You can do whatever you want. You can just slide a button under your element there, under your image, and you could also have it say, click this button if you want to download. So you just have multiple ways. I'm a huge fan of over-delivering on my fulfillment so I don't get bombarded with customer support requests and I can run my business instead of work my business. But that's it. Your whole first part of the email is about confirming and affirming what they did, giving them the links to access. Then down below, I love you having your affiliate link. Hey, do you want to learn all the hacks? Do you want to fast track your success? Do you want to get results faster? Then for even more shortcuts like this and a fast pass, go to the Marketing Plan Simplified bundle and One Funnel Away Challenge. You can link to that down below, just like you did here. Does all that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good, man.
and that was the attaching it here, so it all comes as one. That was the main goal there.
Yes, now you have it. Image is clickable because they guaranteedly will click that image. You have hyperlink text or a button that also says click here. So regardless of what they feel comfortable with, clicking buttons, clicking images, you might even just put the raw link of the file down there because some people prefer raw links and to know what they're clicking on. I think you'll be perfectly fine with a clickable image and hyperlink text. These are things we split test as we go though, and you figure out what works best with your customer.
Okay, so I think I didn't save it when I refreshed. So I
Publish. Yep, your image link is in there. We actually have auto saves. There's auto saves in our email. So that save actually did change. You just click publish in the top right to make it live.
Okay, so the link that
So we have two links. The link above is the URL of your image itself, right? You added, no, above.
This one here.
Perfect. That is the URL of your actual image. As you change the image, each image has its own URL. The action, the image link, that's what makes the image clickable. And when they click it, whatever you put in that URL, yes, that's where they go to.
Okay, perfect. So I hit publish and that should be saved.
That's right.
Boom. Bat, boom.
Bingo. Let's exit top left now and finish cleaning up. So we start with a tag, which is absolutely perfect. I noticed that tag just says opt-in though, Jonathan, and more than likely you're going to have different lead magnets live. Like I'm looking at your life a year from now. A year from now, you'll probably have multiple lead magnets going out there, and we want to stay organized. So let's change this tag a little bit. Click that tag step. You can just click it or settings. Either one works. Cool. We have opt-in. Let's make a new tag. Just click there in that box. Yep. And let's make it opt-in underscore whatever they're opting in for, just so you can stay organized and tell from the different lead magnets you will have in the future. Nice. And you have Q at the beginning of that. Cuptin. Let's make that an O.
My bad.
Oh, good. At the beginning of opt-in, sorry.
Oh.
Bingo. Click the blue words just below. Bingo. Let's remove that opt-in tag now. Click the X on just opt-in. Nice. Now, everybody who opts into this funnel will receive this tag. That's really how we want to set our tags up so we can see what funnels they opted into and what thing. Now we can see their value ladder. Does that make sense too?
Yes.
We're rocking. All right. Let's click off to the side. Yep. Update your step. Bingo. Now, the first step you have is to send the asset. The second step is to send the email. Now that we put our asset in our own email, you don't even need the send asset step. You can just delete that. Yep. Beautiful. Now, just like that, you tag them, you send them that first fulfillment email. We clear so far?
Yes, sir.
One other step I want to add to this, Jonathan, after our email. Oh, beautiful, Tatiana. I got you. After your email, click that plus button below. We have a really cool step here. Bingo. We're going to look for the pause step. It's the top step in our green actions. There you go. So pause is actually a really sick option, Jonathan. It pauses customers right here in your workflow until, click those three dots for me. Settings. And then you'll see a release button. So you can launch, you don't have to click that right now, but you can launch today, Jonathan. You have your first email set. It's ready to go out to customers. You're tagging them, staying organized. Keep a pause step here. And now once you collect your first lead on launch, well, now you can go make the rest of the emails in the sequence, but you don't have to have all the emails before you launch. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that the follow-up emails is definitely after launch problem set to take care of.
Yes, 100%. 100%. As soon as you collect your first lead, then the real urgency is there. And you still just make an email a day. right? You can make an email a day and make that one twist. Now we're doing things. We're never stopping. Momentum builds.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're good here.
Yep, you can hit cancel for now. You don't need to release. Cool. Your pause is active. Everybody who goes through gets held here until you release them manually.
Perfect.
I do have a question.
Sure.
In Message Hub under apps.
Okay, hang on. You're gonna have to help me.
I hear.
to it.
She's fine. I can hear.
So
Okay.
on, go back out to where you get to the main menu on the left-hand side. And then go down to apps and go to, scroll down to Message Hub under apps.
I'm not seeing the apps.
It's just under landing pages. Go 3 down.
Message Hub.
Yeah, and now in here, I was trying to set up our reply to email.
Hmm.
And I want to know, am I on the right track? I tried sending an email to this reply to Johnny here.
It's still loaded on our side.
Okay.
Do you guys own that email reply to?
Well, I thought I created it here in ClickFunnels, Johnny at Johnny's Funnel Challenge.
Okay, great questions, gang. So do you own that email, Johnny at johnnysfunnelchallenge.com?
Yeah, in answer to that, I thought that I had created it through ClickFunnels, so yes, I thought we owned it, but I'm not sure. I guess that's what my question is.
No worries. Everybody in the world has had this question making the first one. You actually have to own that email. So where did you guys buy johnnysfunnelchallenge.com?
Through ClickFunnels, through IO, whatever.
Yes, which really truly means through Ionos. What you guys
Right.
have to do, go to Ionos and purchase that professional email. You just need one professional email. You don't need 3. You don't need 5. You can do all that later. You just need one professional email. Purchase that and create that actual inbox, Johnny at johnnyschallenge.com. Once it's purchased and created, then you can bring it into Message Hub. Then any emails sent will show up in that. What we really hit here is that email is not yet created. You can create this is kind of a weird one. You just have to do this once to like understand how it all works. In ClickFunnels, you can bring any email or make any email. But if that email is not an actual created and active inbox, it's basically moot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
Like I just
Awesome.
created a slot for it in ClickFunnels, but I didn't actually create an inbox.
Correct. So when you email that inbox, there's no actual inbox to receive and then send it into your Message Hub. So simple fix and then do everything you did. You're right on track.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect. And that was all we had, right?
Yep, that's it.
And then I
Nice.
guess we made some changes like you suggested. So I guess you just take a look at it since.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
And we did fix it on mobile because
Yeah, when we went to go do our functions check, we looked at mobile. It was just one long line straight down.
Perfect job. So good, gang. Come on, create a focused marketing plan that drives growth, captures attention, and boosts your business's success. Click the button and enter your email to get the e-guide sent to your inbox. Just something you could split test in the future. At your sub headline, you could have a without or even if statement. Without, create a focused marketing plan that drives growth, captures attention, and boosts your business's success. Without, problem they've experienced, roadblock they've experienced, or even if, and that would be like, even if this thing they've tried, this thing that they've tried, that is dream customer. That's, I know this person. So when your dream customer hits this page, you're speaking right to them. It converts at a higher level. So these are things that we can split test going forward. You're great with what you have so far. Tactics, tired of begging for scraps. Love that. Uh-huh. These bullets. Your first bullet is fill my calendar with hot leads. Go to the top for me, please. The revolutionary e-guide that turns sales employees into sales pros. I wonder if we would change that now seeing your bullet. The revolutionary in-guide that is filling up sales, the revolutionary, we need to have something up top here, Jonathan, that's talking about how you're going to book calls from this, right? So
Okay.
I'm seeing confusion now.
Okay.
Create a focused marketing plan that drives growth, captures attention, and boosts your business's success. But nowhere in here, marketing plan simplified. None of this leads me to think that I'm going to be able to book calls. So is that what you're really showing? Like, what's the main thing that your plan shows people how to do? Is it acquire leads? Is it get people to book calls? Is it making sales? What is it?
So I obviously read it after I purchased the PLR or whatever. It is very much, it tells you what you need, but it doesn't really go into how to get it done, right? So like, hey, you should do this and you should do things like that. And so it's very broad strokes.
Teaches the tactics, not the strategy.
Exactly.
Just like it should. Perfect.
Right. So, and it kind of touches a little bit on everything. The book itself, if they join up, goes a little bit more in detailed about it. Gives ideas for free tips like Google Drives and worksheets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All things that are available for free, and they could kind of try to connect them and manually do them, or they could get ClickFunnels and have all this stuff built in there for them. So it is very
but what
much,
does it teach? What's the outcome? What does it teach them?
That's a good question.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't let this stop you from launching, Jonathan. You still need to launch. But let's go back and look at your funnel. You're gonna have all the copy right there for me. Scroll me back down. No leads, no sales, no time. Generic. Fill my calendar with hot leads. Follow up automatically. Earn more without working harder. Okay, keep going. Yep, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, focused results, driven marketing. Who's the dream customer though? What results? Are they getting leads on autopilot? Are they booking calls and filling up their calendar or schedule? This is the last piece, Jonathan. You need to have that dream customer in mind. You have a marketing plan and you have a strategy, not tactics marketing plan, which is great, which means you just need to position it to whatever customer you're trying to target. There's tons of different people that need marketing plans out there. So out of a world of a million bazillion people, who are you trying to capture and what problems are they experiencing right now? That's what we need on this page. It's a hyper focus of a dream customer because guess what, Jonathan? You're going to clone this page and then you're going to make another exact version of this page for a specific dream customer. Right? So now you can have this page that goes out to consultants so they can fill up a calendar. But then you can make this page also for course creators so that they could automate their opt-ins. They could automate their lead generation and their value ladder ascension. You can use this same funnel, and that's why you're going to have multiple lead magnets as time goes on. Right? Because you have to. It's how to start. You're not a Russell Brunson yet. Right? You don't have a name that claims authority. You don't have 10 plus years of proven works in history. So it's harder for you to make like a page for everybody like Russell does at his point. So when Russell launched ClickFunnels, Jonathan, he didn't have one lead magnet for all customers. He had multiple. He knew his customers. I have high ticket sales, low ticket sales, digital products, physical products. He had lead magnets for all of those, bringing all those different people into our world with tailored marketing messages for them. His ads were targeted to his customers, bringing in this whole sphere of people into our movement. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Bingo. Game over.
So we got a couple little punch items and we're good to go.
Yes, sir. And then launch. And then launch. Yep. You have
So
clarity on the funnel.
I did the video ad, and unfortunately, the audio came out terrible. So I have to reshoot that and the video sales letter and do these couple little changes, and we're good. We'll be launched today.
Nice, Jonathan. Great stuff. You have clarity, so just keep an eye on that clarity. Watch it like a hawk. You're a CEO, baby. Great work.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You got it, man. My pleasure. I'll stop your screen share for you. Bingo. Rocking and rolling. Okay, beautiful. Tatiana is still here. Sorry, Baden. Tatiana was first. I'll hop back to you in just a moment. Tatiana, let's get it cracking. And we know Tatiana's scrambling for that unmute button right now.
You remember me. Yeah, too many tabs here. I think I got an issue with missing out. I have to have all the tabs open. How are you, Dante?
I'm amazing. How about yourself?
I'm good. I actually remember one time, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, someone said to me, someone wrote on the chat, I have OCD, that's why I have all the tabs open. And they say, and they ask the question, what's your problem? I'm like, oh, should I have a problem? I didn't realize. I thought it was just normal, like to have like about 100 tabs open. I never realized that it would be a problem.
Funny, it is normal, but it's actually a sign of disorganization. I do it as well. And to have all those tabs open like that actually means that really what I should do is at the end of the day, before I close my work computer and I go home, I should go through all of my tabs and I should find the things that are not important to what I'm doing and I should remove them. If there's anything I need to save for later, I should bookmark them and save them in folders in my browser bookmarks. But honestly, we should not be starting work every day with 100 tabs open because now every day is just spilling into the next. And it goes against the mentality of having goals, specific goals that we're trying to attack every single day. So I would encourage all of us to do that. Remove the tabs at the end of the day. Set ourselves up for success for the next day. And actually, I don't think OCD does lead to all those tabs. I think somebody with OCD would be OCD to keep tabs away, to not have too many tabs.
Sorry, 1 second. Here, darling.
Are you sure? £6. Is that fine?
Yes, fine. You can go and spend. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine.
I do feel like every single tab, I try to do that, but when I go through all my tabs, I feel like I need them all because they all have jobs, not completely. Like this is something I need to read, this is something I need to look, this is something I haven't finished to watch, this is something. So all of them, they almost have like a meaning and a reason. And when
But you just hit it on the head. You just hit it on the head, Tatiana.
Yeah.
I need to finish watching this. I need to go back and read this, which
Yeah.
means technically we're not finishing our tasks when we start them. We start a task, even if it's watching a YouTube video for information, we start a task and we don't get it fully finished. What we should be doing, and I know life gets in the way, right? So this does have wiggle room. Please don't make me think that like, oh, when you sit down to watch a video, you have to go lock your kids in the room so you can finish that task. No, I'm not saying that, but it's a dangerous game, isn't it? When we start allowing ourselves to not finish tasks and then they start spilling over. And I'm curious, Tatiana, how many YouTube videos or blogs or articles do you have up that have been up for more than a week?
Oh gosh, about over 100.
Yeah. And then how detrimental is that? How hurtful is that realistically to you? Because you opened that tab to go acquire knowledge, learn information, to do something, and then weren't able to get that task finished. And then we went into another task, whether through distraction or urgency, whatever it was. And now we're just task hopping. And next thing you know, we look back. It's been a month and I'm right back where I started.
Sometimes it's like when my computer, if I have like a fatal failure on my computer, I'm actually secretly glad because I feel like I don't have to take responsibility and deal with that anymore. Even though I felt like they were really important tabs, it just takes me makes me feel like I'm starting from the scratch. Yeah, I completely hear you. Yes, it's something I need to work on.
I think it would be great for you to start. Did you hear me talking about goal setting early on?
Right at the beginning,
Yes.
I came 10 minutes in through the session, so I might have
Great.
missed
I think you then heard that then. I'd like you to, the night before, I'd like you to write down 3 things that you have to accomplish. These are non-negotiables. You will not falter on these 3 things the next day, whether that's writing copy, or maybe your 3 things is going through one of your 3 things is going through all of your tabs and watching and reading and learning all the things you've been trying to learn for however long this has been going on. That may be a task. And that would be a good, because Tatiana, I'm curious, and if this is too vulnerable of a question, feel free to not answer. But do you ever feel like when you wake up, there's just a mountain of burden and weight on you that sometimes you wake up and you're like, how am I going to get all this done?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know this because I've been there. And to be honest, I still deal with this every single day. But when we let things pile up like that, even such a minuscule task as watching a YouTube video, as we do that, we let it pile up and pile up and pile up and pile up until today, you look at all these things that you have, these tabs on your computer, you look at them as so important and so integral, and you have to do them. They have the same level of importance as your funnels and your business and your marketing and all of this does. So now we just have mountains upon mountains of burdens that we have to handle every single day. So let's get some of the burdens off you. Take a day, go through, watch all the videos, read all the articles, and then I'd be curious to know, maybe you keep a little checklist by you as you're going and doing the thing. Was that thing that you watched or gave time to, was it even necessary or important, or did it even help? Have you heard Trey talk about building bridges?
No.
Okay, I love how Trey says this. It's perfect. We allow ourselves to build bridges all the time. We have this new thing that comes in. It's like, oh, this sounds awesome. And we start doing this thing. But then it gets hard. We hit a roadblock or a hurdle of some point. And then about that time that it starts to get hard, this new guy's down here and he's like, hey, you don't need this thing. You need this thing. And we're like, oh yeah, no, that sounds awesome. And then we start this thing. And then by the time it starts to get hard and we hit hurdles, there's another guy down here. Oh, hey, you don't need that. You need this thing. Oh, I do need that thing. And we start building that bridge, and we just have a bunch of unfinished bridges. A lot of times it's just distractions. How important are the things that we're giving time to? How important really and truly are they to us? So by coming up with Yes, Claudia. So by coming up with our goal list, the things every single day, 20 minutes the night before, come up with your goals, plan out the day before. Anything I would love for you, Tatiana, anything that you look at as a burden or a mountain, I'd love for you to attack that first. Let's get burdens off us so we can work freely.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. I think you had a real question that wasn't even it.
Yeah, it kind of runs just a little bit of it. So basically, I'm just feeling completely overwhelmed with the life, including funnels, marketing, children, work. And so I feel like I'm chasing the whole time, either reacting or chasing things. And I feel like whatever I plan, I try to get the schedules, but everything I plan on my schedule never takes the time that I feel like it takes. It takes way longer and then overlaps with something else I needed to do. Or then if I stay longer, then I don't do the thing that previously was for that slot. And then what happens is that I feel like I'm completely always compensating, because then I feel like if I stay too long on this ClickFunnels, then I'm neglecting my children and I have to stop ClickFunnels for a week or two, then I to attend my children, and then I feel like I completely lost momentum on ClickFunnels. And then trying to get back in again, and I feel like I can always go back in, but I can never go back in because I lost momentum. So I almost forget part of the stuff. I always feel like I feel like, oh, this is so easy, this is really cool when I'm doing, for example, funnels or whatever I'm doing. And I feel like I can always come in and out, but I always believe that. But when I come out, I can never go back in where I was. I have to always have 10 steps back because because I completely forget how things are done. So I have to go back. So I have always to be in this constant fight to trying to finish things without actually ever finishing anything. So my real question, we just wanted to know, like, your personal experience. I know everyone's got individual lives, individual schedules, and personal lives. Obviously, you can't answer for me, but I just want to know, how do you deal with, I know you have family, I know ClickFunnels takes a big, huge portion of your life. How do you organize your life? How do you get things done, really? Because there's so many things to juggle and balance, and to see results, you really need to finish things. And other than this, in this perpetual process without ever having any results. So how do you do personally?
What a great question. It's so interesting. This is what everybody's really had a focus on today because it was a focus of mine this weekend and why I came in talking about this. Just interesting how the universe works. But Tatiana, it's a blend, not a balance. Have you heard people say work-life balance?
Yeah.
It's not real. It's a blend. Work and life are one and the same. It is just how it is. So I have hard stop-offs. I do not answer emails when it's dinner time. I do not look at my phone when it's dinner time or where I'm out doing specific things with my family. You know, having said that, if my kid goes to the playground and he's having a great time on the slide, yeah, I might pick my phone up and answer a couple texts or do a couple emails. But it is a blend, not a balance. Honestly, for me, that's become my key. That's become everything. Knowing that 24/7, 365, I'm a business owner, I'm an employee, I'm a husband, I'm a father. I'm all these things at once at all times. I don't step into roles as they come. I tried that. It's impossible. It doesn't work that way. And the more I go on, the more I find it's just not the way. I wear all the hats at all times, 24/7, 365, and I blend my life in. It is difficult because my kids are young and they don't really understand scheduling and they don't understand fully what I'm doing and they don't understand what I'm trying to create. And there's a massive disconnect. And yes, sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes they don't understand. And sometimes I have stressful days and I'm having a hard time articulating what I'm trying to get them to understand. So there are tough days for sure, but it gets better every single day. You know, I have my wife and that was a struggle in its own right? The husband and wife relationship and how we work together as a team to accomplish these goals. And then sometimes I need to have hard boundaries. Where like Tuesday night, for instance, Monday night, on Monday nights, I fish tournaments with my dad. So I leave the office at 5 o'clock. I go home, I get changed, I go to the ramp, and I won't be home till 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I won't be to sleep till like 1:45 after I shower and all that stuff. So Mondays, she really has to hold it down. I put a large burden on her to be able to work and have the one day of the week that I do things. But guess what? Tuesday, I come home. And Tuesday, we have family dinner that I cook. So I am making intentional time everywhere. And while I'm cooking dinner, I'm not answering emails. I'm hanging out with my family, and then we eat our family meal. And then on Tuesday, after a meal, I took the kids in and I put them to sleep. And I do that whole thing so she can get a little break. But then after I'm done doing that, what do? I don't go watch Netflix. I don't death scroll social media. Then I get back on my computer because to start Tuesday, I had a list of 3 things that I had to do that day. Very rarely do I get through that list in my 9 to 5. I spend about 6 hours a day live. So it's very rare that I get through my entire workday during the day itself. You don't have to do that because you control your schedule much more than I. I live in a weird world where it's entrepreneur and employee kind of locked into one. Most people don't have to live that life, but it is just true intentionality. I am intentional about what I'm going to do. Yeah, there's sometimes on Tuesdays I'm up super late working. Super late working. I took my kids in, I took my wife in and say goodnight, and I go do the work thing. But I'm not playing video games. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm not wasting my time. Tatiana, I'm only moving towards goals. I know what I want to achieve. And if I know what I want to achieve, then I can reverse engineer the steps to get there. I can make my life, but we have to know what we're wanting to achieve and we have to make solid decisions. And that really, for me, it came down to it's not a work-life balance, it's a work-life blend and intentionally having my things that I'm going to knock out every single day. There's always time for me to do it. If I'm honest with myself, there's always time. It might not be the easiest thing in the world, and it might make me be really intentional in what I'm doing. And there are many days that I don't open up any social media on my phone. but that's what I chose to do. And I know where I'm going. And I know that the nights that it hurts, because let me not act like I'm superhuman up here. There are so many nights that I want to distract myself. There are so many nights that I want to just death scroll and turn my brain off because I've been live for 6 hours. Then I've been writing copy for another 2. Then I've been shooting videos for another 2. And I'm like, oh, I just want a break. But breaks don't align with my vision. Breaks don't align with where I'm trying to go. Breaks and idle time, that does not align with what I'm trying to do and the impact I'm trying to have. And that why really keeps me going, as will yours. So checklists. I'd love to see you run some checklists, and I'd love to see you run just simple every single day. You wake up and you already have, I don't want you to wake up and create. I want you to do this the day before. You wake up and already have 3 things that you've identified that you need to do today that are going to help you move closer to your goal. And those are the main 3 things that you focus on. That will transform everything, I promise.
We'll try. Because sometimes it's just like I feel like there is people like when I feel overwhelmed, like at the moment, I always tend to remember there is so many people with way more than what I have on the plate, and they manage just fine. Or even with struggle, it doesn't matter, but they do manage. And I always feel like, so it's not a matter of how much you have to do. Sometimes I think it's how efficient you can be with your time. But also, yes, and that's the thing. And I'm like, how can they run 5 businesses? How can they run 2 jobs? How can they have all of these? And I feel like I'm literally just like trying to create a damn funnel, and I'm like struggling here. It just feels like so small, but at the same time so big.
You know what the difference is, Tatiana? There's 2 differences. Number 1, they did the first one. They did it the first time. The first is always the hardest, whether it's the first million, the first 100,000, the first funnel, the first copy, the first video. The first is always the hardest. So they did it. They moved through the pain on the first one. But everybody else, you want to know how they do it? They have people helping them. Like Russell doesn't build funnels. Russell doesn't write copy. Russell shoots videos. That's what he does. When Russell comes up with an idea, he pulls levers and pushes buttons. We all scramble to create, and then he makes a video talking about the amazing thing. He's a CEO. So the first is always the hardest, and I encourage you, just keep sticking to it. Keep moving through the pain, because all these other people that you're referring to, I've spoken to many of them, and many of them have assistants. What was it? How much of Amazon does Jeffrey Bezos own? Hold on. Let me get this. This is important. Jeffrey Bezos owns 8.6% of Amazon. 8.6%. That means 92%, or what is that? 91.4% of Amazon is owned by other people. Jeffrey Bezos did not build Amazon on his own. He brought in the right people. He did the things that he could do, and then he brought in his who. He found his who for everything else. And everybody else does this, Tatiana. Everybody else. They get people that can, even Tony Robbins does this, and he talks about it all the time. Tony Robbins owns what? Over 100 businesses that encompass, is it a $10 billion valuation of revenues they make between all of them? Do you think Tony's in there making decisions Not a chance. Tony hires somebody to run his business, so he's just the owner of it. He gives away stock. He gives away stake in the company, so he doesn't have to be in the minutia every single day. He can be the CEO, pulling levers and pushing buttons. Let's see. Elon Musk's ownership in Tesla is about 12.8% of the company's equity. Nobody does it alone. We do it on the first. Elon's very first venture, he did do all on his own. He did work super hard, and he learned the rules of business of finding your who. And on his next endeavor, he did went, and you can go find the Tesla story. When he wanted to start Tesla, I think he found 5 or 6 of the right who's, gave them stock options in the company to come in and run the company and manage all the departments. So he could be the visionary, he could be the leader, he could be the one banging the drum and sharing the future with everyone. That's how he did it. Does that all make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
There's no business is business is business is business. There's nothing different about you than there is to anybody else. You can find your who's right now too, Tatiana. If you're having a hard time with any of your things, if you know that your idea is good and you know that you want to attack this and this is your thing, this is my business. I'm going to attack this unabashedly, meaning unfearfully. I'm not going to attack my business through fear. I'm going to attack my business through faith. And I know my idea is great. I know my system is what people need to get the results that they need in life. If you have that, then it may be good to find your who. Maybe you need to find a funnel builder. Maybe you need to find a copywriter. Maybe you need to find a designer to make these tasks that keep stumbling and slowing you down so that you can get over those hurdles and be a CEO. That's what Elon would do, or Bezos, or Russell, or Todd, or any of them.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will, I think what I need to do, but based on this conversation, I just need to prioritize 2 or 3 things a day, because I always have 100 things a day. And then I'm always focusing on what is it that I have not done. And I can never finish everything because I have too many things to finish each day. I think I'm going to do that.
You just said something so good, Tatiana. You said, I focus on things that I haven't done yet. And should that be after this conversation, should we be focusing on things we haven't done yet? Or should we be focusing on things that are going to get us closer to our goals? Because there's so many distractions out there. There's so many things we haven't done yet, and it doesn't matter when we do them. So you're right. Intentionality, being intentional with our time and what we're allocating our time to is everything.
Perfect. So focusing what I need to do, just make my list really smaller the day before, organize the day before.
Yes.
And yeah, and based on that, I'll be waiting to your message on my Facebook to delegate a couple of things.
Yep, that sounds great.
And thank you so much. It just sometimes just feels like, sometimes feels like a mission impossible. And then listen to you, it kind of really helps, but it kind of gives us that push or that inspiration or those words. It's just sometimes we know, but we just need to listen from someone else.
Yes.
Just to make us feel that it's possible. Because often we just like give up, even if it's temporarily, give up and have a huge break. Like this is what I generally do. I want to take a couple of weeks break that then results in 6 months to a year. And then after that, I just feel like I have to start from the scratch again. The world has moved on so much that I feel like I can't really continue. I have to begin again. And then and this becomes like almost like a hamster wheel. And then so I just need to break that cycle. And that's why I felt like, okay, I need to hear what is it that you had to say about it. And thank you. So I'm going to implement these 2 or 3 things. And yes, I think that's all for today.
That sounds perfect, Tatiana. Let's do that for a whole week. Let's do it for a whole week and see what happens. And we can compare it to last week. See how much more productive it was. Was it worthwhile? Was it beneficial?
Yeah, I think often I just come here and I try to see what is it that I need to do here or with this or with that. But I think one element that I keep forgetting which is I'm addressing today. I almost feel like I have to restructure my head, my mind, other than, the jobs themselves. And I feel like I just have to kind of step back a little bit and reassess things, how to tackle things in a way before just getting, just jump into the middle of the whole sea of things to do. So I think that is being very helpful. And yes, thank you so much.
Awesome.
I'm not going to take any more time.
No, you're great. Thank you for the question and vulnerability, Tatiana. I think everybody, like Lloyd has said, we're all learning from this. Everybody goes through these things. You're absolutely perfect.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, let's hop over to Baden. I'm kind of almost out of time. So Baden, before we get too deep into this, I only have 5 minutes, but I'd love to welcome you to the 2 p.m. session. If you want more of my time, I will be happy to give it to you then. But I do have 5, so if you want to get into it right now, we can do it.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so definitely be on that.
Cool.
I don't know if you remember last week.
Sorry, Claudia, same exact thing for you. I'm really sorry. I normally have a lot of time to play with. Today I just don't. So Claudia, you as well, you can click the same exact link you clicked today, and that will get you into today's 2 p.m. session. Sorry, Baden, go ahead, man.
No, all good. Last week made the adjustments, made the gifts, and made the colors, made it look. I had about 200 people for my ad. I had about 200 clicks. It was weird though. I had 5 purchases, but they weren't through the funnel.
Ah, where'd they come from?
They went to the website instead. But my
What?
in Meta, it was, and I promise you, I checked the link like 100 times, and I would hit preview, it would take them to the funnel, and then I downloaded the Clarity, so I was checking what they were doing, and everybody was clicking on the top of I have my like logo up there, and they kept
Yeah.
clicking it, nothing would happen, and they'd leave. I'm assuming they just like typed in our like company name and then went to the website and bought because Meta was tracking them, so I'm guessing the cookies tracked, and it said that those 5, I got the 5 purchases this weekend from the ad, even though they didn't do it through ClickFunnels. So I was like, okay, and I've been trying to figure it out. And I actually this morning, I was just like, well, or yesterday I was like, well, I changed the link just to go directly to our website for now because honestly I didn't know this.
Your logo image top left.
In the funnel, yeah, in the funnel, they kept clicking it, nothing happened. Oh no, sorry, maybe that's what I should have. I didn't know what to do. So in Meta,
So what I'm thinking right now, Baden, immediately I'd go to my website and I'd increase the hat $10. Is it cheaper on the funnel or on the website? Or sorry, you have the rope. Excuse me.
So it's the same prices except for the 3 and 10, the 3 and the 10 of the
Oh,
discount.
up it on the website, brother.
Okay.
If you're seeing, so this is a very common buyer's tactic that we see. People will go, they'll find your offer on an ad, and then they'll go look on Amazon. They'll go look at the website.
We got Amazon too.
Yeah, hike the price up everywhere. Hike it up everywhere. If they're going to buy like that, if that's their actions, then hike it up everywhere. Let them go look around so that they can see, wow, this is the best deal right here in the funnel. It'll push them into the funnel. And if they want to go buy on the website or on Amazon, then they're just going to spend more money and you're going to make more money, right? But we're using the third parties to incentivize purchase on the funnel. Also, if you noted, this is why we run Clarity, brother. This is so good.
I've been watching it.
Yeah, you're a CEO, Baden. You see everybody clicking that logo in the top left. We'll make that logo go to the order form page, the next step in the funnel. Do you know how to do that?
So it was weird because some places they would click and it would take them there, and then they would just like not know. They would just like scroll up and down and then just leave. But I do know how to like add the link. I don't
Good.
know how to do it to the next page though, but I can probably
I can
figure
show
it
you
out.
if you want to share your screen really quick.
Okay.
Amazing job though, Baden. This is enough, right? This is customer intent. This is people going through, and even though they bought on the website, that's affirmation. That's huge. That's gold. That's everything we're looking for. Now we just keep tweaking the system. We focus in on this. Great work, man.
Okay, cool.
First, I want to go to your order form. So you can just click preview on the order form. And then top right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, you see how it says preview equals true? Let's go to live page, correct. That's in your URL. It shows preview equals true at the very end of it.
Yeah, I see that.
So now, bingo, just copy that URL at the very top. Lovely, back to your account. Let's enter the sales page. Beautiful.
Throw it up in that link. I got you.
Logo at the top left. Yep. You can just click it. Beautiful. We're going to go down to link action or URL. Do I have my annotate? Yes, I do. It's right here.
Mid URL. Oh, down here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Bingo. And you probably want this to open in the same tab. You can see that little box down below now is saying, well, when they click this link, do you want it to open in a new tab or the same? In this case, you want to keep them right in that same tab. Okay, cool. Lovely. Now, we're going to keep split testing, Baden. You have your logo on here right now. Let's run this with the logo going to the order form for another 100 customers. Let's see how this converts. If it's not working like we expect it to, then remove the logo. Don't give them anything to click and force them to go through the funnel.
That's what I did on the other page. I did on the order page. I took the logo off, and then they were doing on this, so I might take it off too. But
well, okay, so if you take it off here, keep it off on the order form. Cool. You mentioned they got to the order form and they looked confused. gosh, I'm out of time. At 2 p.m.,
Okay.
we're going to look at your copy.
Okay.
But if you have the logo here, keep it on the order form. Congruency is really, really, really important.
Okay.
If they go to one page and the next page looks and feels different and they get confused, then they'll leave exactly as we saw. So whatever decision you make on that, just do it on both pages.
Okay. And then I'll try to figure out how to split test before that 2 o'clock too.
Oh, you don't even have to. Let me exit.
Okay.
I can do this with you in 5 seconds. So
Okay.
simple. Let's click on our funnel to save the changes. Just click anywhere to the side.
I already saved you.
Oh, okay, great. Let's exit the editor top left. Beautiful. Now, we're going to split test this sales page, correct?
Yeah, the logo. Yep.
Yes, sir. Okay, 3 dots. Split test page. Very top option. I like to do it this way because now we can duplicate the sales page. It's an exact duplicate. And now you can just run your simple A/B split testing. And check it out too. You now have 2 different tracks. So sorry, let's run through a split test. Here is my split test. Right now it's 100% of traffic going to my control. We want to make that 50-50. So click your split test, drag the slider to the middle. Let's have 50-50 traffic. Beautiful. Apply the change. Now you can also see 2 tracks that we can make. So let's do this. Go to your order form step down below. 3 dots and clone page. Nice. All right, to the left of your order form, we have the little boxes. Click and hold and drag one of them into your left track, that little gray circle. We're going to go to this circle right there. Yes, sir. Bingo. Grab your other order form, throw it to the right. These are duplicate order forms, so we can now do A/B split testing here as well.
Sweet.
Specific sales pages, specific order forms, all leading to one thank you page.
Awesome. I love it. And then
Beautiful.
Do I got to change the URL in my ad or anything, or does it do it automatically?
Nope. The great question, Baden. This is why we use our one funnel URL.
Sweet.
Because when people click your ad, let's say this is my ad right here. There's my ad. People click on my ad and they're taken to my funnel URL. They enter right here and then they go into my funnel with whatever setup I have. So as you're making new split tests and doing new things and changing the build of your funnel, you never have to change that URL at the top. It always takes them right in. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Come on, baby.
I love it.
Nice stuff, Baden. Nice stuff, man.
Appreciate it.
You got it. I'm going to stop your screen share. Come back in 2. Let's look at the copy.
Whoa.
Let's make some tweaks.
Will do.
Awesome. Great stuff. Congratulations, Baden. Really proud of you, man. All right. So fun. I love Mondays. My favorite day of the week. Awesome. This is great. Love seeing you guys in the chat too. Some of you guys following along in the stream. Hey, I'm going to be changing up the stream in the future here. So URLs for all of our stream members who are just watching and being a part of the chat. I'm going to be changing the URLs up soon. I'm going to make this a lot easier for you all to be a part of the streams and save them and make sure to join in daily because a rising tide raises all ships. And I most certainly have not forgot about all of our rock stars in general admission. So just keep an eye out. I'm going to have tons of announcements to come out. I want to make sure everybody is well prepared for that. But thank you guys for being with me, showing up on a Monday. You guys are amazing. We're going to be back at it at 2 o'clock today. If anybody has any final questions, feel free to join in on that session. I changed up the links. So this link will also work today at 2 p.m. Feel free to join on in. I want to answer all of your guys' questions. Amazing work. So proud of you all for your sales, for your successes. And also, so that's right, Jonathan, 2 p.m. EST. All times I ever share will be Eastern time. And currently, right now, it is 12:25 EST. Just in case you're trying to get your clocks all set up. But I'm really proud of you guys for doing the thing. I'm really proud of you guys for getting success and making sales. I'm equally as proud of you for being honest and observational and finding things that you need to change. Like Tatiana was like, I have a lot of things I need to change. You have no idea how easy it would be for you to just be an ostrich, to stick your head in the sand and not pay attention and to not be honest and to not be intentional. It would be so easy for you to do that, but you guys aren't. And I'm so proud of you for that. I hope you're equally as proud of yourself. That is a difficult thing to do, but so worthwhile. It's being a real entrepreneur. So thank you guys for being with us today. I'm really proud of everybody.